everyone. Welcome to this Pilates practice. My name's Debbie and I'm going to be taking you through the practice today. Today we're going to start by doing some classic Pilates roll-up, roll-downs before we lay onto the mat and take a look at our bodies. I think it's quite a nice thing to start with. Start like moving our spine, rolling it and just waking it up, and then laying down and looking at the spine, seeing how it feels, taking a look at our bodies internally. I'm going to work up, we're going to do some side balance, some side work. So there'll be options, take which options you need to take. And if you've got a boulder or a blanket that you can roll up, it might be nice for when we're doing our relaxation bit at the beginning to put underneath our legs. But again, total choice is up to you. So let's get ourselves started. If you're new to the practice, you can read up about me on my profile on my YouTube account. Otherwise, we will get going, and any questions, please do ask at any point. Just put them in the chat for me to find out, how you're feeling. Got the window open at the moment because we've got some natural sunlight today, so I'm going to let the sun come in. But if it starts to get a bit darker, I'll probably pull the blind down. So we're going to start by standing to the top of our mats. We've got our feet so that they are mat width apart. We don't want that. Feet are nicely hip width apart. Shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall. So we're going to take in, we're going to breathe in through our nose and we breathe out through our mouth in Pilates. Every breath in, we pull in our core. Every breath out, we hold the core tighter. The idea around Pilates is strengthening our core, which will support our spine. So we're standing tall, shoulders back and down. Breathe in, pulling in that core. And as you breathe out, you hold the core tight and you drop your chin to your chest. You start to let the neck come down, then the shoulders will come forward and your hands will go to the front of your legs, and you gently roll yourself down, one vertebra at a time, as slow as you can, to how far down you can go. If that's here, that's absolutely fine. If it's up here, that's fine. You just go down to your point of comfort with no pain, and you hold it where you are. You just hold it down there. Keep squeezing the core. You breathe in, you pull in the core again, and as you breathe out, you hold that core tight, hands to the front of your legs, and you roll up very slowly. So your lower back comes up, your mid-spine comes up. For those that are there, it will be your upper spine coming up. Keep the core tight, and as you get up, your shoulders will come back and down, your neck will lift, and finally, your head. Okay, let's do that again. This is nice mobility, moving the spine, warming it up, getting ourselves ready for the practice. Shoulders back and down, breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you take your chin to your chest. Slowly, slowly, neck comes down, shoulders come forward, hands at the front of your legs. The upper back comes down, the mid back, and then the lower spine follows down. Going to your point of comfort, keeping the core pulled in. Hanging where you get there, just hang, allow yourself to hang, release the neck, so we can nod the head yes, and we can shake it no. So we're just releasing it out. Breathe in, pull the core tighter, and as you breathe out, hands to the front of your legs, and you start to roll up one vertebrae very slowly, your lower, your mid, and your upper spine. Your shoulders will then come up and go back and down. Your neck will lift, and then finally your head. Okay, let's do that one more time. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, your chin goes to your chest. The neck comes down. Shoulders come forward to the front of the legs with the hands. The upper, the mid, and the low spine coming down to your point of comfort. All the way down. Hang where you are, again, let that neck release, just let everything go, just hang there but keep the core tight. Breathing in through the nose, as you breathe out through the mouth, you squeeze that core tight. Hands to the front of your legs, bring yourself all the way back up to standing. The lower spine, the mid spine, the core is tight. The upper spine, shoulders back and down, your neck and your head. This time we're going to come down, we're going to take ourselves to the floor, and we're going to come onto our back, and we're going to do our normal practice that I do where we go in and we look at our bodies, see how we're feeling today. Shoulders back and down, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, chin to chest. Neck comes down, core's tight, shoulders forward, hands to the front of the legs. The upper, the mid and the lower spine come down. If you need to start bending your knees now, then do so. Taking your hands to the floor, walking your hands forward, bringing your knees down, coming onto your side, rolling yourself round and taking yourself down slowly to the floor, very slowly. If you've got a boulder or your blanket, this is where you can take it now and put it underneath your legs. So put it underneath where the knee area is. That's quite nice, it's really comfortable actually. I like this, I like having a boulder under there, it releases the lower spine. We've just done some exercise, we've just stretched that out, we've just made the spine aware that it's going to be working today. So we've got our legs, just let them hang over. If you haven't got a boulder, allow your legs to be long. If you've haven't got a boulder or a blanket and you do have lower spine issues, take your feet mat width apart and lock your knees in together. So we've got our boulder there and we're laying here. Taking our arms out, palms facing upwards, and we start to relax down. So let the feet relax, let the lower legs, the knees and the upper legs, let them go. Really soften both legs. Let them go. And concentrate on your glutes, your pelvis, your lower spine, let it soften. Your mid-spine, your belly, your upper spine and your chest. Let the torso be heavy. The hands, the lower arms, the upper arms. Both arms, let them go. Release the shoulders. And then for the neck, we're just going to gently rock our head from side to side, releasing that neck out. We hold so much tension around our neck. Coming back to centre, let the neck go, let the head go. Then relax all your facial muscles, so your mouth, your cheekbones, your eyes, your forehead. Just going to lay here for a few moments and you're going to scan your body. See how it feels today, how it feels after that little bit of Pilates roll up, roll down that we've just done. How are you feeling? So scan yourself from the tips of your toes over your legs, your torso, your arms, your neck and your head, and see how you are feeling. If there's any areas that are tense or a little bit not feeling as good today, ask them to soften down and be mindful of them throughout our practice. Gently breathing, letting everything go, letting everything soften. Gently start to move your legs and your arms, keeping the legs where they are for the moment if you've got the boulder there. Starting to wake yourself up, keeping the eyes closed down if you can. If you haven't got them closed, sorry I didn't mention that you can close them down, but it is quite nice because you can look internally rather than being focused on what's going on around the room. And take your feet so that they're now on your boulder or on your blanket that you might have rolled, or they might still be just flat on the floor, that's absolutely fine. And then from here, take your arms out into a T shape and then gently start to wind wipe your legs one way and then the other. Just going to the right and to the left, just gently keeping the core pulled in as you do this. Don't worry about the breathing motion at the moment, we're just moving the legs but we're holding the core tight. So your breath, core tight, gently breathing, moving our legs from side to side. And coming to centre, Taking the arms now so they're in cactus, which is where they bend up at the elbows. That opens your chest more. If that's too much, you can go back to cactus, to T-shape. Whatever's good for you is start to window wipe the legs again. Holding the core tight, breathing your breath, but holding the core tight every time as you move the legs from one side to the other. Going back to centre. Now for a little bit of a deeper stretch, it's entirely up to you. You don't have to do this. Take the right leg up, cross it over your left leg. And then breathing in, pull that core really tightly. And as you breathe out, drop the legs over to the left-hand side. Now, if you haven't got your legs crossed and you've just got your legs like normal, just wipe them over to one side. So if you're window wiping, just move them over to one side, holding it there and relax down. Release the core, release everything. On your next in-breath, pull in that core, and then as you breathe out, bring the legs to centre, holding the core tight, uncrossing the legs here. Taking the right leg up, crossing it over the left leg. That's if you're coming with me, you can still do it with both feet there and dropping them over. This is quite a deep spinal twist here, so breathing in, pulling in that core tight, and as you breathe out, holding the core tight, you drop the legs over to the right hand side, holding it there. When you get to your point of comfort, let everything go. Breathe into any tense areas, ask them to soften down. Be soft, just breathe in gently. On your next in-breath, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, pull the core tighter, bring the legs back to centre, and crossing the legs here. And take the legs back down, so they can either be long on the mat or they could be over your boulder, whatever's good for you. And then breathing in, pulling in that core, and as you breathe out, pull the right leg in towards you, pulling the core tight, holding the leg there, squeezing it in, holding the core tight as you breathe, breathing in, pull the core tighter, and as you breathe out, you release the leg down and you keep the core tight. Breathing in through the nose, pulling in that core even more. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you pull the core tighter, you lift the left leg up and you bring it in and you squeeze that left leg close in towards you, holding the core tight. You're going to start to feel it down in the lower muscles, the real low muscles now of the core. If you're breathing properly and you're holding the core tight, release that leg down. Now you can either bring both legs up, you can take your feet up onto the boulder and bring them in. If you've not got a boulder or a blanket, you can just take your hands behind your thighs and lift them up, or you can do it from your core. So breathing in, pulling in your core, and as you breathe out, you pull the core tighter and you lift the legs from the core, both legs, squeezing the legs in, pull them in tightly. Amazing. Holding them there. Now, if you can, just part the legs gently. Take your hands around the outside of your feet. Take the feet up so they're now facing the ceiling, and you pull down so that you're pulling the knees towards your armpits. Don't worry if you can't do that. You can hold behind your calves. You can even just hold gently behind your legs. You're still going to get the opening around the hip area that we're aiming for at the moment. So just bringing them down, gently opening everything up. You can even do a little rock, gentle rock, from side to side if that's good for you, if that's in your practice. But make sure you hold the core tight because that's supporting your spine. And coming back to centre, taking the feet down, moving your boulder or your blanket if you have one to the side. We're going to come up to a seated position, so you can either take yourself from your side and push yourself up. If you have low blood pressure, it's advisable to come up from the left. Or you can come up with me, rolling like a ball. So if we're coming up, we're pulling our core in, we're bringing our legs up, we're holding behind the back of the legs, and we start to roll. Don't put our feet down as we come up, try and keep them off the floor. Not to worry if they do touch down, just keep holding them on. And then coming up, and then let's everybody join here. So if you've rolled over onto your side, come to here. We're coming here now, so we're going to take our right leg up. We're going to bring the right leg down. If you need to put a foot on the floor to support yourself, then do so. Left leg up, bringing the left leg down. Taking the arms away if you can. Right leg up, right leg down. Left leg down. And then if you want, you can try, ooh, not that one. You can try taking both legs out and both hands out. If you roll back, just come back up like I did. We're holding it here, holding our core tight. This is boat. Holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Bringing your feet down. Okay, let's take ourselves round onto our sides now. So we're going to be laying on our left hand side. We've got our arm, elbow underneath our shoulder. Our legs here, we're going to do some side work today. So the final one will be coming up into a full side plank. But from here, we're just going to start here. You can have your hand down. You can bend your lower leg. Entirely up to you. You can put your hand on your hip if you're feeling good and feeling balanced. Just where you're good. So we're going to start by lifting our right leg up with a flexed foot. Keeping the bottom foot flexed as well. Keep the bottom leg working. Keeping that core pulled in. So breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Every breath, the core is tight. Lifting that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to bring the leg in, out, and up. 7, keep the core tight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, holding it there. Let's start to do some little circles. 8, 7, 6, keep the core tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make the circle bigger. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now reverse that, the big circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't forget to keep the core tight, and now reverse the smaller circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that leg down. Now we're going to try and come up into a side plank. So we do it on the elbow. If that's good for you, you can have the hand flat down, you can have a fist. I quite like a fist there. So we're bringing ourselves up and we're taking our arm up, full side plank, holding it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you want to lift the leg up, if you're finding that hard, you can come down and you can come so that you've got the leg at the bottom bent. If you're up here with me, we're going to take our leg up, holding it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And coming down. Holding that core tight. Spin yourself round. Let's do that on the opposite side. Get our right leg down. arm underneath our shoulder. I'm going to start here. So as again, you can have your leg bent, you can have it out. It's entirely up to you. Let's start with our leg lifts. Nice flexed feet. 7, 6, 5. Keep pulling the core in. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the leg in, out and up. In, out and up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and now we're going to do our circles. So we've got a 8, 7, this is small circles, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make the circles bigger. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse that circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the small circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that leg down. Okay, ready for our side plank. So again, you can take it with your foot under and you can come up here, or you can be with me, both legs, bringing ourselves up, holding it up here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. And coming back up, we're going to try and lift our leg. So coming back up, taking our arm up, lift the top leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing yourselves down, bring yourselves round. Let's do a little bit of a forward stretch here just to ease out our spine. So sitting nice and tall. Get your nice seated bones there. Shoulders back and down. Breathing in, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, just allow yourself to drop back down wherever you may be. Not hanging, but bringing ourselves forward. So bringing our chest towards our knees. Just coming forward, releasing out our spine. Bringing yourself up. Let's take ourselves round onto our fronts. We might do a little bit of back bend from our fronts. So, coming down, let's just move that. Right, so we're going to come down onto our bellies. We're nice flat onto the floor, taking the feet out so the legs will be slightly wider. They're not hip width, the legs will be slightly wider. You're coming down, you've got your hands together. Take your left hand on top of your right and take your head down just so that your left cheek is resting. Just holding it there for the moment, letting the spine relax. Breathing in, breathing out slowly, so breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. We're not holding the core, we're letting the spine relax, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Turn your head so you've got your right cheek now on top of your left hand, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, and taking the hands so that they are now in front, and we're coming up onto our elbows. So we've got a little back bend going on here, just a tiny back bend. This is Sphinx pose. So we're just holding it there, just gently. We're not pushing into the hands or anything, we're just holding ourselves there. Okay, if you want to take it a bit deeper, you can bring your hands back up, forward, and you can start to push yourself up here so that your thighs are coming off the ground, keeping the core pulled in tight, just holding it there gently. And then if you want to curl your toes under, keep the curls untoed and push yourself up so that the feet are now coming off the floor and looking upwards. Bring the knees back down, bring the thighs back down, your belly, you coming down forward to the floor. This time we're taking our right hand on top of our left hand, we're taking our right cheek on top, and we're relaxing down, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Taking the left cheek onto the hands, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Taking the hands down to the sides again, so we've got our arms onto the mat. Here, lifting ourselves up, pulling in our core now. Need the core to be tight, holding it there. You might want to stay there, you might want to take your hands so that they're by your shoulders and you push yourself up so that the thighs are now off of the floor. Keeping the core pulled in. You might want to lift the feet up so you're up fully here. This is an upward facing dog with the legs off. Taking the knees down, thighs down, the belly down, coming back around. This time just taking your hands, whatever's best for you, and resting your forehead down. Aligning the spine, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Let the core go, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Okay, come round again, coming up here. This time we're going to try and do it without pushing in. So we're just going to lift ourselves up. So we're going to do it by pulling ourselves. So gently put our hands to our sides, just our hands, not our forearms. Now if this is just our hands, we're going to breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you roll up and you bring yourself up. Now you're not pushing into the hand. You can take your hands away and you will still be up. Holding it there. And then rolling yourself back down. Breathing in through the nose, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out through the mouth, hold the core tighter. Roll your chin, bringing it up, coming back up into Sphinx. Hands away. Hands back down. Bringing yourself down, pushing into your hands. Pushing up, taking your knees as wide as the mat. Locking your toes together, sitting on your heels. Going to come into child's pose. If it's better for you to do it with your legs together, then do so. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you roll yourself down. And allow yourself to rest down here. Allow the spine to rest and soften. You might want to take your hands down by your side. You might want to take them onto your back. Just the natural weight of your arms. Don't push down on them if you've got them on your back. Just resting there. And then bringing yourself around. Let's come up onto all fours. So we're coming up to a nice flat back position. So we've got our arms underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. We're going to go in for some Superman here. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to pull in that core tight, and as we breathe out, we're going to push our right arm away. Hold that core tight. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, see if you can push the left leg away. You don't have to, you can stay with just the arm out. Holding it there. Hold the core tight for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing both the hand and the leg back down. Breathing in, pulling in that core. And as you breathe out, hold the core tight, take the left arm out. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, take your left leg out. Sorry, your right leg out. Be a bit crazy, left arm, left leg. Sorry, opposite arm to opposite leg. Holding it out. Holding it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the arm and the leg back down. Let's do that in a minute, but first of all, take your hands, one hand forward, so if they're here, just one hand forward, curling your toes under, breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, lift just the knees, just about an inch off of the floor, and hold it there for 8, 7, keep the core tight, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put the knees down at any point if that's too much to hold it there. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, hold the core tighter, and lift the knees off, push up, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and take yourself up into your downward dog. Okay, this is a fabulous move. We've got our head below our heart, the heart's pumping, the blood's circulating. Walk the feet out, one foot and the other, stretch down the back of the leg. You might want to just stretch into one, and then come back and stretch into the other. Stretching out, keeping the core pulled in, coming right up onto your tippy toes, holding it up there, pushing down, hold it there, push down, feel that downward dog, really push into all your fingers, palms, pushing down. Don't worry if your feet are not flat on the floor, just push there, pushing the chest towards the thighs, holding it there. If you want to take the right hand round to the left ankle, might be to the top of the calf, and pull yourself under for a little spinal twist here. Keeping the core tight. In through the nose and out through the mouth with the breath. Coming back, placing the right hand down, taking the left hand off onto the right ankle, or it might be up here. Holding it there. Twisting yourself under. Coming back, bringing the knees down and bringing ourselves back onto our feet. So here, what we're going to do here is we're going to curl our toes under and we're going to sit onto our heels. We're going to let the toes feel a little bit of work here. So sitting there, really sitting on those toes. Closing the eyes down. Keeping the core pulled in tight, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Shoulders are back and down, the core's tight. Just feeling it in the toes, sitting onto those toes. If it's too much, uncurl the toes. Feeling it there. Coming back forward, hands down, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth, pulling in the core, lifting the knees off, pushing up, all the way up into downward dog again. Holding it there. Let's go for that spinal twist again. So we're taking our right hand to either our calf, maybe even just to the top of the thigh, whatever's good for you. Holding on and twisting under, feeling the opening. Spinal twist too. Bringing the hand back, let's do that on the other side. Taking our right hand around the left leg, pulling ourselves under. So you could be doing it from here, you could be doing it from there, whatever good for you. Coming back, bringing the hands down, let's come back into all four position. Let's do our Superman again, so breathing in, pulling in the core. As you breathe out, right arm out. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, left leg out. Holding it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it there, we're going to try and take our elbow to knee. We're going to do that for 8, 7. If you've only got your arm out, then just come down like so. 8, 4, 3, keeping the core tight, 2 and 1. Arm out, hand down, leg down. So yeah, so if you're only lifting your arm out, just bring yourself down with the elbow towards the thigh. So breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, we push our left arm away. Breathing in through the nose, pulling that core, breathe out through the mouth, pulling in the core, push the right leg away. Superman here. 8, 7, hold the core tight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Let's go for 8, elbow to knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Hold it out, bringing it down. Let's bring ourselves round to seated. Done a lot of work there, which is really good. So sitting nicely, taking our right leg over our left, bringing the foot so it's flat on the floor, holding it there, sitting nice and tall. Taking our right arm around, no, we're taking our left arm around our right leg. Taking our right hand behind us, push up into that right hand. Push up, feel the spine lengthen, pulling the core tight. Breathing in through the nose, core tight, and as you breathe out through the mouth, with a core tight, twist again, looking over your right shoulder. Holding the core tight as much as you can. I know it becomes more difficult when we're twisting and bending, but you can still get that little squeeze there if you concentrate. Coming back to centre. Let's just take both hands over to the left. Just drop down and coming yourself back up. Taking the left out again. Taking the left leg over the right. Taking your right arm round. Sitting tall. Taking your left hand behind and push up. Lengthen that spine. Really push up. Pulling in the core tight. Breathing in, core tight. And as you breathe out, holding that core, you twist over to look over your left shoulder. Feel the stretch perhaps around the glute area. You might feel it in your thigh. You might feel it in the shoulder. Coming back to centre, taking both hands to the right and just taking a little bow there. And coming back up, bringing the legs round. Okay, we're going to come down, we're going to do a little bit of stretching. We're going to go into some relaxation. So what have you done, guys? You've done good. Okay, so take yourself to the top of the mats. Feet firmly flat on the floor, hip width apart. So you can come down from your side. If you're coming down with me, we're coming down step by step, taking our arms out in front, breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you start to roll down. Now you don't just drop back, you C-curve down, okay? So you curve your spine down, just coming down slowly with that curved spine, really slowly. If you get to a point where you can't hold it with your core, take behind your legs and use those for support. And you come down slowly all the way to the floor into a full body stretch. So taking your arms and your legs in opposite directions, pointing the toes, pointing the fingers, breathing in through the nose, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you pull the core tighter, you push the back down into the mat, and you stretch your arms and your legs away. Really stretch here. If you have lower spine issues, take your feet mat width apart, lock the knees in, pulling in the core, breathing out as you push the spine into the mat, holding the core tight, squeeze the legs together, push away with the arm, squeeze the glutes, squeeze everything here. Wherever you are, keep that full body stretch going. Every breath in and every breath out, you pull in that core and you push the spine down into the mat beneath you. We've worked the spine quite a lot today. Just releasing it out now and then relax. Amazing, guys. Okay, so Let's do our little side stretch that we did at the beginning of the practice. So we're going to do it without the boulder for the moment. So taking our right leg up and crossing it over the left, or just leaving your legs hip width apart, and we can drop over from there. So we've got our legs over. We're going to do the same that we did at the beginning. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, you drop the legs over to the left-hand side, holding the core tight, taking your arms out into T-shape or cactus arms, whatever is good for you. Holding it there and let everything go. If you want to take that a little bit further, you can take hold of the big toe of the top leg, and you can hold that out as long as the shoulders are remaining on the mat, and you could take your gaze over to your left arm, your right arm. Relax into it. Releasing the legs down if you're holding on to it. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, hold the core tight as you bring the legs back to centre. Don't let the core go, holding on to it. Taking the right leg over the left. No, we're taking the left leg over the right. Golly, golly, golly. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, you drop the legs over to the right hand side. I think I need to start again with my left and right, back to school. Holding it there. If you want to go a step further, you can take hold of the big toe of your top leg, making sure that the shoulders remain on the mat. Take your gaze over to the left and stretching the leg out there. Holding it there, let everything go, relax into it. Feel the stretch. Releasing that leg down, breathing in through the nose, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out through the mouth, hold the core tight and you bring the legs back to centre. Keep the core tight, don't let it go. We're going to take in our hug, so keeping the core tight, breathe in again, pull the core tighter, and as we breathe out, we're bringing the legs out. Again, you can hold behind the thighs if you can't pull them up from the core. Squeeze the legs in, really squeeze them in tight. Then cross the legs, so we've got the left leg over the top of the right. Squeeze them in again, holding the core tight. Breathing in through the nose, mouth through the mouth, holding the core. Release the legs gently. Sit leg now, so we've got our right leg over our left in a cross. Breathing in, pull the core tighter. Breathing out, we squeeze the legs towards us. Squeezing them in. Releasing down. Now if you want to take hold of the feet, putting the feet together and just pushing the heels down towards your glutes, pushing them down. You feel a stretch on the inner thighs. You're going to feel a stretch around your shoulders here as they lift and push down. And then release and get yourself comfortable. You might want to take your boulder or your blanket again underneath your knees, ready for final relaxation. So getting yourself comfortable, whatever's good for you, wherever you want to be. Just relaxing, starting to let the heart really slow down now. Closing your eyes down so you can focus internally. Taking your arms out to your sides. Palms facing upwards. Taking a big breath in through the nose. And releasing everything through the mouth. Nice big sigh, do that again. Breath in through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Okay, letting all 10 toes relax. The soles of your feet. The tops of your feet. The heels of your feet, your ankles, your calves, your shins, your knees, the backs of your knees, the backs of your thighs, the front of your thighs. Both legs fully relaxed. Relax your glutes, your pelvis, and your lower core. Rest in your lower spine, feeling it heavy into the mat beneath you. Your mid-spine and your belly. Your upper spine and your chest. Your whole torso rested. Relaxing all 10 fingers. The backs of your hands, the palms of your hands, your wrists, the front of your lower arms, the back of your lower arms, your elbows, the inner elbow, the tops of your arms, the backs of the top of your arms and the front of your top of your arms. Both arms fully rested. Relaxing the shoulders down, really releasing them. Releasing your neck and your head. Feel how heavy your head is as it releases and relaxes into the ground beneath you. Let's relax the facial muscles. Relaxing your lips, maybe parting them, releasing the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your cheekbones, your nose, your nostrils. Relaxing your eyes, your eyelids, your eyebrows, and your forehead. Release the top of your head. Every part of your body still, motionless, weighted into the ground beneath you. Thanking you for the practice that is just done. We just have a gentle breath, rise and fall in your belly. Concentrate on that breath. Be in the here and now. Any thoughts that come into your mind, just acknowledge them. Let them go and take your concentration back to the breath with a weighted, heavy and still body. Start to bring some movement back to your fingers and your toes. Start to move your body gently, how you feel it feels good for you to start to bring some movement back. You might want to do a hug of your knees. You might just want to do a full body stretch again, whatever's good for you to start waking up. And then when you're ready, bringing yourself over onto your side, left hand side if you have low blood pressure. And as you come over, make a pillow with your arm, keeping the eyes closed down if you can. Taking a rest there. Your lungs are open. Let's do that breath again, breathing in through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Breathe in and fill up those lungs. They're open at the back of your body. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Then keeping your eyes closed, gently pushing yourself up onto all fours. Looking down at the floor beneath you. Blinking your eyes open. Curling your toes under, walking your fingertips towards your knees. Pushing your knees off of the floor. Walking your fingertips back towards your toes. Pushing up so that your feet are flat on the floor. And just hang there once again like a rag doll, just hanging there. You might want to take hold of opposite elbows. Hanging. Taking your hands onto your hips. Bend your knees quite a lot now. Breathing in, pulling in the core for the last time, holding it tight as you start to roll yourself up. Every breath you take, you pull the core tighter. You're kind of coming up, your shoulders, your neck and your head is the last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders round, pull them forward. Just shake the arms, taking a big breath in. Breath out, shake the arms again, wriggle the fingers. Take a big breath in, taking the palms together. Bring your feet together, bring your hands down to your heart centre. Give yourselves a bow, guys. Give yourselves a clap. Well done, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me.